Welcome to our Politics Discussion podcast. I'm Claire, and joining me is Alan. Today, we're covering several significant news stories that have emerged recently.
Hello, Claire. Good morning to our listeners. We're diving into some critical topics today, including recent developments in U.S. politics and international news.
Let's start with the news that the Justice Department has opened an investigation into E. Jean Carroll, who accused former President Donald Trump of sexual assault. The investigation is reportedly focused on whether Carroll lied during the course of civil litigation against Trump.
That's right. According to the sources, this investigation is a criminal probe. What are the potential implications of this investigation for Carroll and Trump?
The reporting suggests that if Carroll is found to have lied under oath, she could face perjury charges. This development is significant because it shows the Justice Department's willingness to scrutinize statements made during civil litigation.
So, the investigation is not directly about Trump's alleged actions, but rather about Carroll's statements during the civil case against him. How does this relate to the broader context of Trump's legal challenges?
That's a good point. The investigation into Carroll comes amid several other legal challenges involving Trump. It's worth noting that the Justice Department's actions are typically guided by evidence and legal precedent.
Right. And the latest update changes the picture again. How might this investigation affect public perception of the allegations against Trump?
The reporting indicates that this investigation could potentially impact how the public views the credibility of both Carroll and Trump. However, it's essential to remember that the investigation is ongoing and no conclusions have been reached.
Exactly. The article states that the investigation is still in its early stages. Let's move on to another story.
Jill Biden recently shared her concerns about Joe Biden's performance during the 2024 debate against Donald Trump. She reportedly thought he was having a stroke at one point.
Yes, and her comments have sparked a lot of discussion about Biden's health and fitness for office. What were her exact words, according to the reporting?
Jill Biden described being frightened while watching her husband stumble through the debate. She mentioned that she had never seen him act like that before or since.
That must have been quite alarming for her. How did this debate performance impact Biden's 2024 re-election campaign, according to the sources?
The reporting suggests that Biden's shaky debate performance fueled concerns among voters about his age and ability to serve another term, ultimately contributing to the end of his re-election campaign.
So, there was a clear connection between the debate performance and the decision to end the campaign.
Let's shift gears to international news. France's parliament has voted to repeal the slavery-era Code Noir, a law that governed enslaved people in France's colonies.
That's a significant historical step. What was the Code Noir exactly, and why is its repeal important?
The Code Noir was a decree signed in 1685 by King Louis XIV, classifying humans as property. Although France abolished slavery in 1848, this law remained on the books until now. The repeal is seen as a crucial acknowledgement of France's colonial past.
The vote was unanimous in the National Assembly. What are the potential implications of this repeal for France and its historical legacy?
The reporting indicates that this move is part of a broader effort to address centuries of injustice. It may also pave the way for discussions about reparations, although details remain unclear.
Moving on, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has announced that she will not run for president in 2028. What were her reasons for this decision, according to the reporting?
Whitmer stated that she will not join the expected crowded primary field after leaving office at the end of this year. She plans to take time off after her term ends in January 2027.
Whitmer has been viewed by some Democrats as a potential presidential candidate. How might her decision impact the Democratic primary field in 2028?
The article suggests that Whitmer's decision removes one potential candidate from the field. However, it's expected that the primary field will still be crowded with other contenders.
Let's discuss the recent Supreme Court ruling in favor of a black death row inmate from Mississippi, who claimed racial bias in the makeup of the jury that convicted him.
The Supreme Court ruled in favor of the inmate, finding that there was indeed racial bias in the jury's composition. What were the specific grounds for this ruling?
The reporting indicates that the court's decision was based on the argument that the prosecution's use of peremptory strikes disproportionately excluded black jurors, which violated the inmates' constitutional rights.
This ruling is significant because it addresses ongoing concerns about racial bias in the justice system. What are the potential implications of this decision for future cases?
The article suggests that this ruling could set a precedent for other cases involving claims of racial bias in jury selection. It may lead to further scrutiny of prosecutorial decisions during the jury selection process.
As we cover these diverse stories, it's clear that there are many complex issues at play in both U.S. and international politics. Let's continue to explore these topics.
Absolutely. We'll keep providing our listeners with detailed analysis and context on these developing stories.
And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to our discussion on these critical news stories.
Thank you, Claire, and thank you to our listeners for joining us. We'll be back with more in-depth analysis soon.